everybody doing? I was having some technical difficulties. I was attempting to do a messenger room, and then go live from there at the same time on Facebook while I was going live here. And the camera wouldn't share to both places, and I imagine the microphone wouldn't either. So that's what you were seeing, that little kind of switch cameras around. Oh, not sure likes the, okay, well, all right, not sure. I got something for you. Hold on. Not sure style here. Hey, I was gonna cut it off and start playing this for the background anyway, because I haven't heard any. Too much Twitter. Yes, too much Twitter. You fucking dick. You get addicted to that shit. I fucking sit here and Twitter like this, man. I'm at fucking 2 in the morning until about 5 in the morning like this at the fucking computer. Like this, sitting here doing Twitters. Like this. Not sitting down and just kind of shifting my weight around to keep my back from hurting, you know. My fucking feet swell up, and then my feet swell up, I gotta sit down and put my feet up. And that hurts my wrist sitting like this though. Oh, you know what? I forgot my fucking lines. For this stream, we're just not ready for it. I did not get a nap. I was watching videos. The ones that I had linked, you guys, I watched them too. So, excuse me. Fuck soda. Let me get fucking comfortable here. Shit. So hard to get comfortable in this dress. If you could go coin hunting, yeah. I used to have a $1,200 mine lab that I used metal detecting. Never found anything with it. My brother's friend pawned it for beer money. Anyway, I never got it back. Hey, Jenny, Frigga. Not sure. Who else is here? Christine. Just drop it in. Well, that's good. Skywatcher, Stargaze. Alright. Looks like we got all 4 of you in Twitch and 1 in Deep State.
Tonight, I'll be eating a pork banh mi with extra jalapenos. Thanks, baby. Yeah, we about to get spicy for this.
No, we're not. We're not listening to that shit all the time. I got in trouble last time I played that dark fantasy country. Alright, so what we're going to do, I've decided, is I've listened to a little bit of Ariel's. Who listened to Ariel's video earlier? Who already listened to Ariel's video? Say something. Anybody listen to Ariel's video yet? His June numerology of day and astrology synthesis, astrology. It should have been astronomy. I got to get onto him for that. Maybe you'll tune in. Well, I was going to play Ariel's video because I wanted to finish listening to it. And I figured if you guys hadn't listened to it, the astrology for the month, or what the full moon and the eclipse meant going into this next sun sign, astrological sign. You watched half and not I, and I'll be right back. Frigga, wow. What's the deal, Frigga? What's the deal? We're chilling. It's Friday night. Friday night spirit lights. I couldn't do the title and we could do spirit lights. I could do the Scientific American confirmed we live in a simulation. Here's the code or leak project. I wanted to watch that one. I didn't get a chance to watch that one. I had to move everything into a new window block. Alright. I am the background music. Hey, I fixed my speakers. They weren't plugged in all the way. My speakers weren't plugged in all the way. I can fix that. Let me adjust the gain here. Is that better? Is that a little louder? Can you hear me now? Mic test, mic test. Who the fuck? I shouldn't even be fucking with my phone because it's almost dead. But somebody, Frigga, keeps texting me. Everybody knows there's 30 minutes of fucking pre-music show. Give me a break. We still got 10 minutes to go. Oh, Frigga. Don't worry about it. I don't care. I'm still going to do my own thing, whether it's what they want or not. Like what I'm doing right now. I can give a rat's ass. Because, you know, for the longest time, I talked into the phone by myself. Nobody was there. I recorded and I uploaded. I wasn't live streaming. And I got more comments. You know, I got interaction, but they weren't all the same people all the time, and we didn't have 100 comments per video in the live stream. You know, whatever. I like that Restream keeps up with that. Tells you got 100 comments. Oh, you mean on Troubled Minds? Yeah, I don't like that guy. That his buddy, that UFO hunter, that guy that's real snarky. He's a northerner. He's a northeastern guy from Philadelphia or somewhere. I don't particularly like Yankees all that much. I really don't like Redlegs either. I could sing to this blues guitar. I don't like Yankees. I don't like Redlegs. I ate my eggs with a buck knife. I stuck it in my ex-wife. All right, I better quit that. Pretty soon, I'll put that up on the screen. Pretty soon we won't be able to say Yankee. Yankee isn't a term anymore. Nobody says that anymore. I haven't heard that word come out of nobody's mouth but my dad and my brother in fucking 40 years. Not sure. No, she's sprung on the People in Troubled Minds radio last night. You just kind of reminded her about it, that one comment that you said you didn't particularly like the music. I don't care. If one of my main guys doesn't like the music, I'm going to change it. If it's somebody new or something like that, somebody that just pops in the channel and says, hey, I don't like this shit, I ain't going to fucking change it. But if it's not sure, if it's Stranger, if it's Ariel, if it's fucking Frigga or Morning Story or Almond, you know, and they don't like what's going on, I'll change it. But it's going to be what I want. It's not going to be their favorite music. I'm sure this isn't Not Sure's favorite music, Frigga. Oh, give him a kiss and a hug. Oh, the guitar thing. I like that group, man. That was a good group. It said it was making him. What it was, he was fighting with his wife. Stone Rebel. Keep popping up on my stuff, man. Yeah. This was making him aggressive. I don't know. The frigga, you and Almond got ADHD like I got, except for I know how to treat mine effectively. It's a different kind of ADHD, really. What is that? Asperger's. My son's got Asperger's, yeah. I know it's difficult dealing with Asperger's, baby. He didn't talk until he was like 4 years old. He had his own language. My son had his own language. He called it the dolphin language. He sounded like a dolphin. Oh, there he is. He's home now. You probably heard me say that and got pissed. Yeah, Nick just got home from work. I got a Deep State Watchdog server and I got a this show server on Discord. Layman's, I didn't spell Layman's right. It should have a Y in it. Vaccine Adverse Reaction website info. Openbears.com. Open data. BAERS. There's my handout right there for money. But I got the extra money to send it to that PayPal Zorstar. PayPal.me Zorstar/Zorstar, man. Anybody got the extra money, send it to PayPal.me/Zorstar. Alright, 1 minute and we'll start something. I don't know what we're going to do. 1 minute we'll do something. I don't know what, but we'll do something. Guys, and there's Salty Crackers channel on YouTube. I should have an alt media up there. Oh, there's Caucus Room. You guys want to get involved in politics? You had enough to hear with bullshit? Join Caucus Room. The forming allegiances, alliances, fucking groups, organizations, political movements on the conservative side. Caucusroom.com. Really neat social networking. rallies and everything at caucusroom.com. Organizations, conservative, political organizations. Caucus Room is a place to be. Hook up with your neighborhood groups around your location. I have yet to find one here that I fit in with, so I'm trying to make my own. They have a council on whether you could make your own groups and all this stuff, and you have to check it out. We're going to do aerials first.
It is the 11th, and it's 2021, and June it resonates to the number 6. So today, being the 11th day, is that the 1 and the 1 equals 2, and so the psyche is 2, which I like to call the vibration. I like to see it as the middle number, the psyche. So it's 2 today. The first number I like to see as the first one is when you add the psyche number or the day number to the month number. And so that's 6 plus 2 equals 8. So the frequency number or the expression number or the unconscious number or the spirit number is 8. So frequency 8, vibration 2, and then on the you add the frequency to the year number, which the year number is 5, then because of 2021, so you have 8 plus 5, and that equals 13, right? And then 1 plus 3 equals 4. And so the life path then of the addition of all 3 of those components is 4. And so we have a frequency 8, which resonates to Scorpio, a psyche 2, which resonates to Taurus, and a life path 4, which resonates to Cancer. And the life path also can mean the physical number or the physical challenge. So 8 and 4 there already, Scorpio and Cancer, is 2 water elements, and then the middle one is Taurus. And, you know, Taurus has that connection with the 4 in that the moon is exalted in Taurus. And then also, so too, the 2 of Taurus is opposite to the 8. And so they have that connection to each other. So the frequency being the spirit number is where from like the center of the spirit bursting forth is doing it in an 8-like fashion, which is going into the depths, deep desires, deep passions, deep willpower, deep feelings and emotions, deep things to transform for, and yeah, it's like psychological transformation. So definitely the spirit is already in the realm of the depth, and then thus once a particular person, so many individuals in this world, the way to do it would be, would be some people are down in the depth and they can't see too well because it's a dark experience that they're going through. Or some people are down in the depth and they have deep intentions and passion, and they're moving that water in the depth by moving from their spirit, moving in that depth in a sense. And then there's also the deep desires that come with that, and then moving in that deep desire. So a lot of people are going to be to also themselves, because Scorpio is similar to Aries, and there's a nature to be connected to the self. And then when you're deeply connected in terms of the self, it spills over into the joint circumstance, which you can have an intention or a desire to put those deep waters of manifestation to what that joint circumstance is in its physical representation or so. And so, yeah, we're in the depth. We're in the Scorpio from a spiritual frequency place, could also, then because it's also the self and it's the deep and it's Scorpio, it can be introverted and not sharing because it's fixed water, being fixated on one's own feelings and emotions. So the spirit can be connected, the expression can be connected to that like expression just from within, bringing forth out, being fixated on one's own feelings and emotions. So it's not really sharing anything. It's in its own kind of like eighth house. It's in its own deeply private place. And so then we get that 8, which is a power that then thus the spirit has, or a powerlessness that then the spirit does, has as well, depending on what you're going through, how you feel from like a spiritual place to burst forth from. But then the vibration further that can be felt out as the spirit bursts forth as the 8 is the 2, which is Taurus, which is then fixed earth. And so that deals with being fixated on thinking and practicality. The number 2 is connecting to something specific from the number 1 to connect to something. And so if the number 8 is already in that position of the unconscious to a degree, dealing with our spiritual expression outward, then the number 2 or the psyche, the vibration or the psyche number is 2 is dealing with connectiveness to the body, to one's resources, to the resources of the world or so. And it connects to one's inner potentials and inner values. And so one can go in depth from a spiritual place to then thus as a vibrational place. We're dealing with a kind of psychological engagement or a psychological engagement or a feeling-based engagement then thus with our resources, our values, our potentials, essentially. And if we feel comfortable from the spiritual place to go for those things, or if we don't feel valuable in certain things, or whatever that may be. So the vibration and the feelings are about something specific in connection, and the values of these things in connection. And so if the psyche is about the vibration, which is the feelings we're feeling out on a collective sense, the subconscious we're feeling out in a collective sense, the fact that the psyche is 1, that the frequency number is 8 of Scorpio, we already then does have a water sign. So by having the water sign 8 frequency and then also the water sign 4 life path, it connects in a sense to what the psyche is in the middle, the vibrational number, which is then 2, Taurus, and further what we're feeling. And what we're feeling is resource ability or connection to something specific, a person, a place, a thing in its physical being. And so also then it's the vibration and your feelings to something you're connected to and you continue to connect to, whether that be a job, again, your body, or whatever it is, and putting deep energy into that, deep passion into that, having deep feelings about that. So that way, again, you feel your values in these times, feel them, the psyche of it. And apply that to the things you connect to on a practical basis, foundationally, because that's how, in a way, Taurus is about abundance, and so there's a lot of inner potential realms of abundance that we can then pour those psychological waters into to feel good, to bring forth expression in that number 2 connection and the feeling we have to that number 2 connection to something. So there's a lot of affirmation which can bring up the number 2 in many ways. Or if we have issues with the number 2, then it's the psychological confrontation with that. And so it's a nice thing. And then we have the life path, which is the challenge of the day, is also, then it's Cancer. It's the 4, which is to initiate and create feelings and emotions. And so the thing to do in the day now is to be the initiator then further of emotional states of being from your heart, or so to feeling out the world of initiated feelings that you get through circumstances and peoples or so. And so if we're already predicated from a spiritual place to being in our own depth, and then how then on a vibrational number it connects to something specific in a practicalized manner, a number 2 that we connect to again and again, then the life path further becomes, it's like, the life path is similar to the earth energy, we're dealing with it on Earth, and it's a challenge to some degree. But the fact that the 2 is in the psyche position and then the 4 is in the life path position, there's like a convergence there between that. And so it's also very similar talking about the 2 in the psyche position it's just in reverse talking about the 4 in the life path position. But because it's the 4 in the life path position, it's further indicating that the realm of your feeling is one that is programmable today as a challenge of sorts. And like you set the wave. You set the wave for, here's your 3D. The 1, 2, and 3 is your surroundings. The 1 is the self. The 2 is that which it connects to again and again and again. And then the 3 is the circle that's drawn out as the surroundings. Then the 4 is further the realm of programmability as an environmental matrix over the 3. And so it deals with the realms of the subconscious, but it also deals with the realm and the heart and the moon, the 4, the Cancer, but it also deals with the realm of thought and your specific thoughts that harbor further down as a frequency, if you will, to what a vibration even is. The 1, 2, 3 is like a frequency of realms of thought that come almost unconsciously, but then if you entrain on certain thoughts and you make that process conscious, then thus so too you can bring forth eventually where the inner mind, the 4, connects as an emotion and builds an emotional world around that. So it's a powerful day to meditate as well, and to meditate with like a purpose, and to do like a clearing meditation for like 5 minutes, and then another 5 minutes dedicated to a feeling you want to put yourself in, like as if you were forging a crystal. You hone in and concentrate and focus on that realm of thought, so that way realms of feeling in the future can be made manifest for that thought. Because when you hone in on these things as a meditation or as affirmations or so, it may not be immediately like, oh, I'm honing in on happiness and abundance feelings. And whether you feel it or don't feel it at that moment, which we may, because again, the frequency number is 8, and so it goes into the depth. And so we may already feel the depth of the waters or so. Though if you don't feel it at that moment, it's because when it comes to the subconscious as manifestation fields, it presents itself over time in your 3D life. And so as you do things in your 3D life, if you meditated over, let's say, happiness and stuff, then circumstances will come into your immediacies where, regardless of what the situation is, maybe, you have already kind of harbored honing in on that. And the more you harbor honing in on that, the more eventually you can attach that aspect of abundance or happiness or positivities to the natures of whatever it is you're going through in the 3rd dimension. And thus that opens the field of manifestation. It opens the field of perception, of being able to see from that place or so. So it's like you can be going through a bad moment or a good moment, but if you meditated on happiness, you might find routes towards happiness regardless of what the moment is, if that makes sense. And then, that's an example because it'll be more specific, but that's why one would even do work with the moon and connecting with the moon and staring at the moon and connecting to one's feelings and things and such. And the idea is, if the psyche is 2, it's about fixating on a realm that, practically a value system of the realms of vibration and feeling, because if you can stick to it, then on the life path of it, you can initiate it to a degree, and you can see its initiation in your world. You can see its manifestation in your world. And by the nature of that feeling, then so too you may even have actual things that your spirit sets there to come into your world as well. Not just you focusing and now you're aware of that field of existence. Like if I said I want to focus on blue shoes, now I think and I see blue. Now I'm looking. So, but also as a spiritual dynamic, there is when you've harbored over things from within in the field of your Merkaba, it can pull in also experiences outside of you, which are then representations of manifestations of those things. And so we have a deep ability to manifest today and to raise our value systems and raise our abundance raise our self-esteem and feel connected to what is practical in terms of taking care of our foundations, our home, resources, family, our bodies, and it's like a good emotions we can put into that. Or so to a lot of deep feelings we can have today. Now, on the next instance, I won't talk about it in this video, but is the transits of the planets are even more important than doing the numerologies of the day. So today I just did the numerology of the day and tried to explain it as best as I could, which in the end, for myself, I wouldn't have to even do this video. I just say, okay, frequency 8, psyche 2, life path 4, and I understand what I understand. And if you know those numbers, you'll understand what you understand out of that. And so all this explanation is good for anyone who needs extra information or doesn't understand necessarily. And even for me to work it out in a different way, in a different mode. Having brought it out so that I can even hear myself go through certain mechanisms of that. Because if we understand things and the actions we can take further in the days, knowing the numbers sometimes incites like what may already happen and what kind of energy is present for things to further happen, if you will. But what I'm trying to say is that the astrology is always primal first. First is the astrology. Then even to look at the numbers. And so the way I would do it in the way that I converge them is, what are the planets that rule these numbers? If 8 is Scorpio frequency, then that's Mars rules that. And Mars is in Leo right now. And Pluto is in Capricorn, which also rules Scorpio. But we can probably look more to the Mars aspect of it, being in Leo, as it's a new sign that Mars is in now. If we look at the psyche of the two, Taurus, what rules Taurus is Venus. And where's Venus right now? It's in Cancer. And today, July 11, we're going to end up having Moon conjunct Venus and further into the next day, July 12th. And so now why that's even more powerful now in these times as well, and how we connect our feelings to the values in a sense, and that nurturance that we need, is that Venus is in the sign of Cancer. And the Moon is in the sign of Cancer. And then the life path is 4, which is Cancer, which again is ruled by the Moon. And so the Moon and Venus are doing a conjunction with each other, which further brings forth that connection to the psyche being 2 Taurus and the life path being 4 Cancer. If you see what I'm saying. And then how Mars is transitioned from Cancer to Leo, even though it's in the cusp, 0 degrees Leo, to also Cancer. So it's getting influence and energies of both sides. And so Cancer energy is very powerful right now. The Moon energy is powerful right now. Our feelings and our manifestation fields. Cancer is about initiating and creating feelings and emotions. So Mars is still dealing with that. Venus is going to be now conjuncting with the Moon. Is that checkpoint. Moon is going to checkpoint with Venus right now, which is to say the Akashic records of the Moon in the internal realm is about to connect with what we could say is Venus is the heart, is love, is values, is appreciation, is weighing. We're going to weigh aspects of our feelings. There's a lot more love in a sense that can be poured into the heart, if you will. And then the heart's ability to pour into manifestation and experience towards that which it loves, which you should be to you yourself. The nurturance goes to you. Nurture yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, feel deeply yourself, if that makes sense. Rest if you must, or because the psyche is 2 as well. Whatever it is, your like foundational aspects to your routines of things. You know, the 2 can be indulgence, so it can be indulging in food and this and that, and then the 8 is in the frequency number, so it could be, you know, people go into deep addictions, or they go into a deep this or that or whatever, and so you got to have your own psychological transformation about that. But a part of that indulgence of the 2 as well, and the 8 as well, is a kind of just resting on your laurels, resting on your foundations, enjoying your body, enjoying your home, enjoying resting and whatever, you know, and or whatever creative endeavor of what you do, whatever is your thing that you like to fixate and do when you're at that place with your, you know, how you use your resources pretty much, and how you feel about your resource ability, how you feel about your abundance with yourself. It's a deep feeling right now with the frequency being 8. And then with Mars going into Leo, there's a lot of fiery energy which goes into that. And so it's like the sun is bringing up content from the frequency being in the 8. Because if the frequency is 8 and the spirit is there, Mars being there in Leo, I say the sun because Mars now going into Leo, the sun rules Leo. And the sun is in Gemini. So that gives further indications to understanding Mars's connection to things and how the sun just passed with Mercury in Gemini, and we just went out of this eclipse or so. But the further idea is that Mars going into Leo is like bringing up the depth of things, but only like, or the light going into the depth, like having a submarine and seeing things in the dark and having a light for it, or like having a shovel, if you will, not a shovel, a bucket in a well, and you're going to do it so that way you can pour all the water back out, or whatever it is you're trying to collect from that well, essentially, is the precise intention, Mars, of frames of consciousness brought into the depth or brought out from the depth. And so there's things being revealed and a kind of masculine energy starting to bring forth confident expression, if that makes sense. And so we should have healthy ego. We should be humble, but we should also have enough ego to, feel good, or feel also like we can work on our values. Like the moon there with Venus is like, love your heart and wherever you are right now, and whatever you feel is something you haven't done yet or set up yet or you want to do in the future or this and that and whatever, now is where that light comes in further to bring forth action to then thus manifest or and so this can be just a framework of like first now becoming conscious of a psychological content or of something of the physical or values or potentials to work on that will further cascade into its developments more so throughout the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Or if you already have things you're like into and you do and you connect to and you know those things about yourself and whatever, Mars going into Leo is just going to bring further that masculine force and ability to, with your intention, connect to that consciousness frame or to making the appropriate actions further for that in a way that hopefully it's like taking a next step or pouring good and positive waters into situations or so. And being just today in a beautiful way in a soulful expression. Today is a Venus day, so it's Friday, Venus day. So Venus is powerful today, and people love the Fridays and stuff. And so people are probably going to feel really good and high vibrant now in this time, while at the same time people are in their depth. And so some people might be hermits with that. Some people might indulge too much with that. Some people might go deep into their passions or whatever they like to deeply confront and do. Like me, sometimes I love to deeply eat the dirt with working out and shit and stuff, and I put all that deep energy into it. Whatever you use that Scorpio stuff for, some people might be deep psychological things they have to deal with because of circumstances outside of them or traumas they're still healing from. There's all types of things, the good and the bad that can come from that Scorpio depth of stuff. Of then further why, if you're in the and I'm going to try to end it on this note, if you're in the negative of Scorpio, there's a lot of ability to empower oneself today and find your value systems or even like figure out like a list or something of how you can start to fix or make things better, and then getting your mind straight to then do that and make it better over time in a sense. But if you also already feel pretty good and you feel, like the deep waters isn't clouded by skeletons in the closet, or you've confronted them, or you've confronted your shadow and you assimilated your shadow and things like that, today might be a day to really reprogram the realm of so many traumas and past life stuff and this and that, to not even look at the past right now, because the eclipse is a 6-month cycle. And since it's a North Node eclipse we just passed through and we're bursting forward with now, this impetus is to the past. We got to let things go in terms of the past, we have to have different types of communications and ways of thinking about those things, because right now we're like in a tunnel, and that tunnel is not one of the past, it's one of the future. And so we're going into a time wave tunnel, or we're already in the time wave tunnel about the steps that we take now are so important to where we will be by November 2021 and December 2021, because now we have ability to really get better with ourselves, get better with our traumas, get better with how we talk to ourselves, our emotions, this and that, So I really wanted to do this analysis from a I said I wasn't going to talk about the astrology, but I still did, because connecting them both is important. But I wanted to start off with the numerology of the day because it's a little different than just talking about the astrology, which I've been doing that for the last 2 to 3 days. I did plenty enough videos of it, so the combination of the two is good. And I'm doing it specifically for today, July 11th, 2021. It will change tomorrow and the numbers will upgrade, meaning the frequency number will be 9 tomorrow. So that's tomorrow's a powerful day, because from the 8 of the depth, you go into the 9 of the transcendence, of the completion of the Sagittarius, of the further optimism. So our spirit is going to be in that optimistic place on Saturday, Saturn's day. And then the psyche is going to be 3, which is Gemini. And that's in opposition there, the 9 and the 3. And that's where we're dealing with the sun is in the 3. And the North Node is in the 3, and Mercury is in the 3, and so the feelings and the vibration is going to be about the 3, the environment, and then the life path is going to be 5, and so then that's how we have 2 fire sign energies tomorrow. But the life path, which is the energy number and the challenge of the day, is further that Leo energy and that Mars in Leo energy, and that ability for the intention to fixate on a fire, on an action force, and to intend in that action force, to apply that masculine energy, but in a direction that, for that reason, to accomplish that thing or so, that goal, to make that vision happen or so. And it connects to the frequency being 9, where the frequency, I don't want to get into tomorrow too much, but it's gonna go from watery energies of today with that earth energy to then tomorrow's gonna be fire and air. Saturday, July 12, 2021 is gonna be fire and air, and it's gonna be a completion number at the level of the frequency. So that's powerful. And then the life path is gonna be 5, which again is the challenge with where Mars is in Leo right now. And we may need a little bit of challenge, because on Saturday, what do you do on Saturday? On Saturn is about discipline. And so to a degree, we need to be a little more disciplined to get things done, at least in the first half of the day, so we can enjoy the second half of the day more so, because there's a lot of things you can take care of on a Saturday. Whereas on Friday, we may not do that necessarily. We may be more in the indulgent phase. And so we have to take care of not indulging too far, but indulging enough because it's Friday, essentially, And it's not because it's weekday and the work schedules. It's because we're talking about planetary systems of the days. So peace out, much love. I'm going to post this. It's a long video, I know. Anybody who watches it totally, I appreciate whatever downloads and things you come up understanding from this. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how it plays off into tomorrow, because this video is specifically for today. And so sometimes I like to do videos for like the next week or the next month, so that people can watch it within that week or within that month, and it lasts longer. It becomes more timeless. It lasts longer time, but this video is literally just for today, in a sense, July 11, 2021. And so to show how it springs off into tomorrow as well, on the 12th. But yeah, so sending immense love, sending immense gratitude. I'm feeling really good on this day, and everything has aligned and everything makes sense and everything is very beautiful. And if you need any help, if you need any ideas or have any concepts and you want to send them to me, or you want to talk, or whatever it is, I'm right here on YouTube. You just write me a comment, you send me an email or this and that or whatever, and we can chop it up. We can chop it up little by little, and come to understanding about stuff. So that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. Bring the coherency of the understanding into the numerologies, into the astrologies, into the frequency, vibration, energies of things going on. And so we can have a clearer picture of, what we're going through, what we're experiencing or so. And there might be a good, nice level of clarity coming for what we're experiencing in these times and this next 6-month cycle of that, this kickstart of the eclipse. about further the things to do for things to get even better and better and better, and how we can empower our minds for things to get better and better and better, and take care of things, and like be in a whole new level, be in a whole new stage by the end of the year, by the beginning of 2022. So yeah, much love. Peace.
I'm washing my feelings. I'm waiting till all the rain has passed. I'm soothing, revealing, dancing in the
is not as things are not happening as they expect.
Okay, if you really want it, not sure, go here. Go here and see if you don't get pinged by the fucking feds. I go everywhere I want to, government websites, wherever. They ain't gonna fuck with me. I'm fucking legally insane, dude. They ain't coming to my house for nothing unless the house is on fire. Trust me. They ain't gonna come out and fuck with you for clicking on damn Anon website. Go ahead, check it out. You're the one that fucking asked, so I did the research. Click on them, both links, now. Fuck. Make me change my music and fucking couldn't pay attention to Ariel's goddamn video. I'm just fucking with you, dude. You don't have to click on them. I'm just fucking with you. All right, now we're gonna watch.
Hey, Rex Bear.
Rex Bear, the Scientific American. We're not sure go anyway. Not sure where you. Oh. Yeah, we're going to watch Rex Bear. We might skip through this one a little bit, so just be prepared.
Early project. How the heck are you? Quick question. If you could have any question answered, what would that question be? And what if everything we think we know about everything is wrong? Do we live in a simulation? Did the gods create us with genetic manipulation? Are we just gold miners? What are we doing here? I mean, what's the real purpose? It certainly would be nice to know. So we're going to talk about it. I've got a plethora of articles I'd like to share with you today. And first of all, I just want to say you're awesome. So glad you're here. The first article that I'd like to share with you is Scientific American. Confirmed. We live in a simulation. Have you heard about the crazy social credit system that's implemented in China and how totalitarian it is? And now the U.S., there's talks about implementing a social credit system that's going to be linked to your search habits. So if you're looking up news that they maybe don't want you to research, if you're looking into chemicals or certain toxins that are put into your body and they say, oh, just a little bit, it's okay. You know, maybe that might dock a point or two for looking into truth. And if you want to protect your information, you want to keep it safe, secure, and anonymous when you surf the web, check out virtualshield.com/leadproject. They're offering a huge discount right now to 77% off, only $2.50 a month to keep your information safe, secure, and anonymous when you surf the web. Also, you can search from different locations. If you want to search from a different state, if you want to search from a different country, it's all very easy to do by a push of a button. Check them out. The operating laws of the simulated universe. The fact is simulation. A little bit, it's okay. No, virtualshield.com/leadproject. For such an artifact in our universe. The artifact is an additional component of every operation that is unaffected by the magnitude of the variables being operated upon and is irrelevant within the simulated reality until a maximum variable size is observed. The artifact presents itself in the simulated world as an upper limit. The artifact cannot be explained by underlying mechanistic laws of the simulated universe. It has to be accepted as an assumption or given within the operating laws of the simulated universe. The effects of the artifact or the anomaly is absolute. There's no exception. So, those are some of the defining features of the artifact for it to become clear what the artifact manifests itself as within our universe. The artifact is manifested as the speed of light. And that's according to this article. So if you go on and read through it, there's a lot more information, so I'll leave the link in the video description box. But then the next thing I'd like to talk to you about, which makes me question the electrical simulation hypothesis, is our consciousness in a different medium. Are we in the an organic machine that we would way beyond a machine, but what our mind can comprehend as machine-like in nature, at least in this 3D spectrum, because God is far more than a machine. God is everything, the machine and the organics of nature and everything else. Way more than I can comprehend, but my mind wouldn't do it justice in this particular state. Maybe a bit of justice, but anyway, that's a whole other podcast. So everything has an electrical frequency. Everything has an electrical frequency measured in hertz. Studies show that negative thoughts lower our frequency on average 12 hertz. Positive thoughts raise our hertz an average of 10 hertz. So your thoughts will raise your consciousness, literally, and that can be measured by cycles per second emitted from your brain. Prayer and meditation raises our frequency on average 15 hertz. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, the next thing I'd like to share with you is DNA, because DNA is made up of dual binary code. Our DNA is made up of code. Everything is electric. Everything has a frequency.
Thanks, buddy. Which you'll be listening.
An atom, listen to this. Hydrogen atoms are about 99.99999999996% empty space, give or take a little bit. And then there's an article that goes on to say atoms are not mostly empty space because there is no such thing as purely empty space. Rather, space is filled with a wide variety of particles and fields, even if we ignore every kind of field and particle except electrons, protons, and neutrons. We find that atoms are still not empty. So, do you have a way to look at an atom, or are you going to have to go off of what the atom looks like presented to you based upon a computer model and electronics and a digital interface? So, are we living in a machine? Were we flowing through space and consciousness connected with the all, and then something fractured that all, and now we are finding our way back to the all in a hero's journey, you could call it the hero's journey? Is this the hero's journey simulation? And do we continue to play that simulation over and over and over again until we reach a level of utopia, of higher consciousness, to go to the next simulation, which could be 4D, 5D. It could be all sorts of, well, I was going to say double D, ba-da-ba. But let me share this article with you right now. Wired magazine, a new way to shape metal. Nanoparticles with a magnetic field. Making the tiny nanoparticles used in everything from electronics to paint isn't easy, but a new experiment creates order out of chaos. I've been talking about this for 10 years. You can read my blogs from 10 years ago talking about microbots inside the body, then structuring themselves to be able to go out and manipulate DNA. It's fascinating. Oh my gosh, I froze up. Let's see if I can get back here. Let's take a look at this, where this publication comes from. Magnetic field directed vapor phase assembly of low fractal dimension metal nanostructures, experiment and theory. Here's the citations, the abstract. While gas phase synthesis techniques offer a scalable approach to production of metal nanoparticles, directed assembly is challenging due to fast particle diffusion rates that lead to random Brownian aggregation. This work explores an electromagnetic levitation technique to generate metal nanoparticle aggregates with fractal dimension below that of diffusion limited assembly. We demonstrate that in addition to levitation and induction heating, the external magnetic field is sufficient to compete with random Brownian forces, which enables the formation of altered fractals. Wow. Ferromagnetic metals form chain-like aggregates, while paramagnetic Q forms compact nanoparticle aggregates with higher D values. We have also employed a Monte Carlo vehicle with a naturally aspired 6-cylinder V6 pushing 250 horsepower. Okay, that last part I just added in there, but I saw Monte Carlo and I had a pattern interrupt. But the Monte Carlo simulation to evaluate the necessary field strength to form linear chains in the gas phase. So as you can see right here, they're using magnets and nanoparticulates, and they're self-replicating. They're creating these structures within liquids, and they want to use this for medicines. So they want to put this in all sorts of different things. But here you go. Electromagnetic levitation and heating setup. Now let's look at somatics as an example, right? We've been talking about somatics. Somatics is sound creating a frequency, a sound that creates a shape. And so you could spread these nanoparticulates that could then self-replicate and create robotic tools at the nano level. You could scatter them throughout space, throughout the atmosphere, into variable mediums. They would then they would manifest into these shapes when reaching a particular sound. So let's look at this one real quick. Somatics. I'll do a demonstration here for you. So they're spreading sand on metal plates right now, right? And then you get a violin bow and you go, zoop. The sand arranges itself into geometrical forms and different patterns based upon the vibrations produced. So you could do this in all sorts of different ways now, and you could use it for self-replicating robots in nature even. You could just throw out some of this smart dust, right? And then you add the optogenetics twist to it. Optogenetics is a biological technique that involves the use of light to control neurons that have been genetically modified to express light-sensitive ion channels. Control recording of activity is restricted to genetically defined neurons and performed in a spatial, temporal, specific manner by light. So it's essentially controlling biological, living, sentient beings with light is one of the many things you could do with optogenetics. I wrote about this back in, I think, 2010, 2011, and it was like the scientific breakthrough of the year. And now it's like hardly anyone even talks about it anymore. It's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. You literally, biological techniques that involves the use of light to control neurons that have been genetically modified to express light-sensitive ion channels. Controlling the brain with light. So now you have these nanobots that have this genetically modified neurons infused with magnets. And then how would you connect this to a grid? Well, have you heard of smart dust? Smart dust is a system of many tiny micro electrical mechanical systems, MEMS, such as sensors, robots, or other devices that can detect, for example, light, temperature, vibration, magnetism, or chemicals. And then these things are so small now, can you even see them? The smallest ones that they make. And then how would you spread these into the atmosphere? What if you could spread this into the atmosphere and then send a magnetic signal into the atmosphere that would harness the energy of the sun, or turn it on, or turn it off, or turn it up, or turn it down, or change the frequency a bit? So you could start to change the frequency of the sun coming in through the atmosphere because you got these biofields around it, kind of like in the film Highlander 2, except for this is at the nano level. And you can actually control each nanoparticulate to a quantum network because it's now connected to the cloud, and the cloud's connected to a quantum computer, and a quantum computer is connected to other quantum computers, and the quantum computers are connected to you. And it's this synthetic biosynthesis merger where you have the whole world now as a generating computer mass that is coming up with calculations and frequencies, and it's sending all this data back to a remote location or throughout the universe. But so you've got these different parts of the atmosphere and stratosphere, all of this energy that's being emitted and coming in, you could now harness it with these nanoparticulates, and then you could activate them with optogenetics as well, and you would have a synthetic intelligence working through this. So you need more light in one particular city. Boom, you could turn on that city over that area because you've got everything coordinated, just like here. People You want to go on vacation, you put in your coordinates. Well, now if you want to change a certain part of the atmosphere, you put in your coordinates and it's linked to the system so you could control the weather. Now, folks, this is all hypothetically speaking in this live action role play, entertainment purposes only, of course, but you could control the weather. You could control the minds. You could control everything through these nanotechnologies and through the smart dust and these nanorobotics. And they've got nanorobotics that, in theory, could actually change the DNA. And speaking of DNA, well, have you heard of bacteriophage? Well, bacteriophage is sprayed on all sorts of different foods. They don't even have to tell you about it because it gets rid of the E. coli. This bacteriophage will merge itself in with the E. coli, and then a whole bunch of other these viruses, or I'm sorry, this bacteriophage is produced, and then it goes after other E. coli. So they just spray it all over the place. And you can see how it's actually transmitting data of itself into this bacterium and then replicating itself. Looks like little nanobots. It's nanobots of nature, right? So you've got these nanobots of nature. And then let's talk about the fastest quantum computer here for a minute right now. In 200 seconds, the machine performed a mathematically designed calculation so complex that it would take the world's most powerful supercomputer, IBM Summit, 10,000 years to do it. This makes Google's quantum computer about 158 million times faster than the world's fastest supercomputer. Well, gee, I missed that article, February 28th, 2021. 158 million times faster than the world's fastest supercomputer. And these quantum computers are still in near infancy. I mean, they're in like their toddler status right now. They've only been out for a very short time. What, about 20 years publicly, 18 years? When did the D-Wave come out? So you've got these quantum computers that are just leaps and bounds. Every time a new one comes out, it's so much faster that it's just changing the time and space of reality as we know it, or at least it's showing us parts of time and space of reality that we didn't know existed. Look at this. Technology Alliance boosts efforts to store data in DNA. The digital universe could add some 175 zettabytes.
Now, I've covered this. I don't know how many times I've said it. They've got DNA data storage databases the size of refrigerators. They're organic. You feed them water and minerals, and you keep them circulated like a damn fish tank. And it's cellular, and it's all plugged in. And it's some of it's ran chemically, but they're bridging the gap between digital interface and chemical information and the information that's stored on DNA and in cells versus the type of information that's stored on our magnetic storage systems or our photonic, like CDs or see, our computers run on magnetic hard drives and the little USB things. Those are all magnetics and chips that store up and down magnetic fields, which are ones and zeros information, and that can be trained on a surface, the size of a fucking pin top. So anyway, this type of DNA, the type of information DNA stores is more like a chemical, biological information source, and it can be read under a microscope or read out in a chemical reaction. Say you drop some DNA into a flask of reactive substance, and it turns a certain color with whatever information's on that in that DNA, for instance. Anyway, but they are bridging the gap, and I believe they have bridged the gap between digital and biological information transfer. So they can plug your phone. They can plug a fucking USB drive into this refrigerator interface to the DNA storage case where the DNA actually resides inside the storage compartment, the life compartment, the life giving compartment, right? And it's about the size of a refrigerator, or maybe even by now a small refrigerator, a small personal refrigerator. But they're pretty big, um, simply because of the nutrients needed to sustain the the organic material and the temperature it needs to be at. So they can plug in a USB drive, transfer that information into the DNA inside the database, and then be able to suck that information back out at a later date. It's possible. They're doing it right. Yes, they're doing it right now.
Petabytes of data per year by 2025. What does that mean? It means they need more storage, right? Well, if you scroll down through this publication, where is it? The process of DNA data storage combined with DNA synthesis, DNA sequencing, and an encoding and decoding algorithm to pack information into DNA more durably and at higher density than possible in conventional media. That could be up to, okay, here we go. 17 exabytes per gram of data stored in your DNA. 1 gram, 17 exabytes per gram. How much is an exabyte? Well, an exabyte is about 1,000,000 terabytes. An exabyte or a quintillion bytes, 1,000,000 terabytes. That's nuts. 1 gram of DNA. Now, when I first started writing about the human DNA storage centers, it was, I think, 2010, right? Well, this is an article from Extreme Tech. Now, this is when they were able to store, I think, 700 terabytes approximately, in theory, 700 terabytes of data in a single gram of DNA. 10 years ago. Now, we are looking at 17 million terabytes per gram versus 700. So it's gone from 700 to 17 million terabytes in a single gram of DNA in 10 years. They want to use you as the storage center, folks. You are the ultimate storage center. DNA, digital data storage, is the process of encoding and decoding binary data in not only synthesized strands of DNA, but also organics. Now look at this right here. DNA changing CRISPR living for the first time.
In that case, they would only need 1 or 2 people to carry the entire information load of the universe in 1 or 2 people. They wouldn't need everybody to be a data storage center. So, whatever. Anyway.
Scientists are altering DNA in a living human. With more research, this study could help lead to the development of procedures that can help correct other genetic disorders. The study uses CRISPR technology, which can alter DNA. Can you change your DNA with CRISPR? Well, let's see what it says right here from Stanford Education. But what if this genetic disease and thousands of can traverse through space, interstellar, as well as foundation to those social institutions, religious practices, technologies, behavior, or help co-create these life forms spectrum? To well spectrum, or help co-create these life forms in this 3D construct that would connect to these other dimensions and other states of being of great significance. So this is the light spectrum that we see. This is how much of the electromagnetic light spectrum we're picking up right here. And it's not very much.
Wait, what was he talking about?
0.01%. The May in these Babylonian tablets. I see the May as me, as you, as divine DNA, royalty, the bloodline of the gods. The May, the me. 23andMe. Interesting. Collect DNA, refine it, make the most powerful DNA in existence, and you could create life forms or help co-create these life forms in this 3D construct that would connect to these other dimensions and other states of being of great significance. So this is the light spectrum that we see. This is how much of the electromagnetic light spectrum we're picking up right here. And it's not very much. It's like 0.01% last I checked. You've got this right here from 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. That's the visible spectrum. Well, look at this. It goes up to well below 0.1 nanometers and well over 1,000 meters, these waves, right? So we're picking up a very small spectrum of what is around us. Why? Why do we only see and hear such limited levels of the spectrum? There's 7.9 billion people on the planet right now. What if all of these people could be harnessed with the machine, with the supercomputer? I want to find something else here real quick. Let me pull this up here. WO060606A1. I've shown this off many times, but it's a patent. People would be they would be mined. They'd be connected to the machine, and here is the actual PDF right now. And I love the numbering. 060606A1. And this is a world intellectual patent. It's for the whole world. All right, so you've got a human body activity associated with a task provided to a user, and it may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. A server may provide a task. Is the machine messing with my video camera? On the show, Ronnie's awesome to speak with. They're signed by Brady. This isn't.
Now, this was supposed to have been specifically for Frigga, but now that we've touched on the subject, is the machine fucking with me? Is somebody fucking with the machine to fuck with me? We're going to go down that rabbit hole with a friend of mine I met years ago named Payday Monsanto. Ten minutes ago, everybody. Can tell you right now, this guy's tripping balls. He's tripping balls. He has gone off the fucking deep end. This is what can happen to you if you let your paranoia run away with you. Or, in fact, this guy is telling the absolute truth. And if he was, I believe he'd be dead by now. He's been doing this for years. Just like this every fucking day. Every fucking day. Turn chat off. This guy is the rudest motherfucker, the most paranoidest motherfucker you'll ever meet in your life. And I don't want to make fun of him. I'm not making fun of him. I'm just using him as an example. This is what can fucking happen to you. I don't know how many videos he makes a day, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. He's got a lot of them. Nano, the nanos are after him. Neutrinos. Vortex in his bathroom. Infrared, they keep cutting my device off. Now, he has something weird going on with his camera, but I believe he's doing it. Let's see, where this one from last night. I was in this stream. let's skip forward to where I come in.
This ain't, who cares? They're showing me. Yeah.
Watch
I've
live
just been
chat.
shown they can fuck up anything. I got 3, I'm trying to get out a phone call, go to the internet to check my balance. 3 different ways right now, nothing, boom. They reset everything. They're showing what they can do. They're showing what they can do. Who are you? Shut the fuck up. Goodbye. This ain't, who cares? They're showing me what they can.
I simply asked if he was up late. And that's the response he gives fucking every fucking body, man. Yeah. He fell off the fucking, you know him, Allman? He fell off the fucking wagon. Frigga. This can happen to you if you let shit get out of hand. If you, I don't know. If you take my wild analysis of things and believe it, this is what can happen to you. Now, if you ask me to analyze something, I'm going to give you all possible conspiratorial angles. Yes, I will. But now watch his reaction as I continue to pressure him, and then I start trolling him because he pissed me off because he's being a dick. But I used to talk to this guy every once in a while until he fell off the wagon. He fell off about 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. I've been subscribed to him for a long time, probably since when I first got on the internet. He was a big conspiracy guy talking about, well, he was a targeted individual. He's one of the targeted individuals. He's probably far from that. Nobody wants to fuck with this guy. He's a dangerous, dangerous man.
Can do. And it's not a joke. They can shut you the fuck down. Broad fucking daylight. They can shut you down. Okay? My balance just said, I wonder why, man. I have 100, minus 100. They did this to me before. Minus $141 in a cheap, one of these cheap rinky-dink ATMs. Everything is being set up to go down. It already has. The infrastructure is there. I'm the most equanimical motherfucker you've ever met and one of the most lucid motherfuckers you've ever met. I'm a very equanimical person, rather. And I'm one of the most lucid motherfuckers you've ever met. Now, you know what? I got to remember not to stand up. Now, let's just, I don't know, Vox. I don't feel like opening up another session. You know what? Fuck it. Let's open up the other session. It's small. They're going to shut me down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, half tap that, motherfucker. Half tap that, motherfucker. All right. All right. We're going to do this every day now. Every fucking day. Truthium. Lithium. They're putting in the air. Okay? Lithium they're putting in the air. Now they got this. Well, I need a battery, huh? You got that. All right. Now, They're gonna have to shut me the fuck down completely. Let's get an Ovox. Ovox, my friend. Ovox, my friend. How are you? I'm thinking that in the air. Tap, 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 motherfucker. You want to play around, dude? I want to knock you out when I see you. Very equanimical. I'm going to knock you the fuck out. I'm going to fucking crush you, dude. You are a fucking cunt, motherfucker. You're a pussy motherfucker, dude. Very equanimical. Watch how equanimical I am, motherfucker. You're a fucking loser with a micro dick. My dick is bigger than yours right now and it's soft. My dick is 3 times bigger than yours right now and it's soft. I can see why.
For some god awful reason, he knows I've got a small dick.
You're upset. And you call me Big Dick Monsanto when I try to say payday. Okay? And I'm thinking this into the air. Let's put it right there. You never counted on me, motherfucker. I got tricks up my fucking sleeve. These. I'm gonna fucking kill you, homie. Making me fucking look at my balance out of what, minus 144? You see what I'm doing here? I can't. Let me pull my pants up here. Get the fuck out of here, man. You fucking piece of shit, dude. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser, homie. And they're fucking with it right now. Because I can do it clear as day. See? I gotta think hard. Nigga dick, alright. Truth to you. Yeah, this motherfucker. You gotta go, dude. Yo, see ya. Bye bye, you fucking retard. You're a fucking gang stalker. You're removed, you're gone. Monsanto, I'm saying. Alright, let's turn him up. Yeah, alright. This is fucking real business to go, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. Alright? The fuck out of here. I'm thinking this into the air. You understand? I can't even fucking hear. I got pine tar in my ears because I'm trying to, you know. You have no idea what the fuck is happening, motherfuckers. And this cocksucker's the only one in my chat room. It's him. Yeah, big deal. All right. You're too fucking clever. Listen. Where do I have triple A? Into the air, I'm thinking it. You understand, motherfucker? Huh? I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, but stop trying to fuck with my shit. Big Dick Monsanto. Yeah, all right. Come on, dude. Come on. Here, I'm trying to say payday. Here we go. These motherfuckers will do everything. You don't understand, people. You do not understand, motherfuckers. You will, though. You certainly will, motherfuckers. You will. I hate all of you. Because of these motherfuckers. I really do. I don't have time for any of you. Hate's a big word, but I don't care for any of you that I don't already know, that I'm not already aware of, because you fucking suck. Your discernment sucks. You absolutely fucking suck. Your situational awareness sucks. No, not big dick payday. I'm gonna fucking kill you, homie. It's that fucking simple, dude. They're trying to make people lose their cool. I'm at the fucking ATM, and I almost got in a fight with this dude. He didn't even recognize who I was. Once I got my weed, I was gonna tell him, yeah, I'm that motherfucker, dude. Come on, what's up, dude? He was, coming, like a madman. Come on, I'm that nigga now. What are you gonna do, huh? And I'm walking away like that's Monsanto. They talk to all the meth heads.
There's all kinds of things you could do, as you can see, to report a channel, but uh, we're not going to. I'm just showing you that. But I feel sorry for this guy. I feel sorry for this man. I really do. He's so fucked up. He ain't coming back, man. And now I don't know if he's on drugs or if he's just a schizophrenic or what. But this is the fringes of schizophrenia that I've dealt with personally with two brothers that I had move in with me for several years during my senior high school into high school days. I took care of two schizophrenic brothers. Me and my mother did, and they were way far out worse than this guy was. But they didn't threaten to kill us like this guy does. This guy's threatening to fucking kill me for asking him if he was up late. That's fucking out there, dude. And you see what he's doing. You see what he's done to his computer. He's fucked his computer up so bad, or got something hooked up into it that's fucked it up. And then he wants to say that it's them fucking with him through the computer. No, he's fucked his computer up. Poor guy. Anyway. Maybe he's hitting that KD shit. Jenny, I'm fucked up on all kinds of fucking amphetamines, and I don't get that out there. I don't get out there. Guys, do I get out there? I don't think so. I don't fucking get out there. I do enough shit every day to fucking kill an elephant. Or a fucking cow. Horse. He's got feeders attached to him in the in-between. Is that what that interference on the computer was? I think he's fucked it up with magnets. He's got magnets and speakers around it, plugged all kinds of shit into his fucking computer. He's fucked it up. He's got 2 laptops going there. That was 2 laptops he had. Fuck no, Joe. Frigga, you think he was being electronically harassed while I was checking in his live stream? I've checked him out before. He does this to himself. He's schizo. He's not targeted individual. I don't believe you're a targeted individual either. I believe it. Allman could be a targeted individual. They might be fucking with Allman. Yeah, Allman, I'm sympathetic for him too. Yeah, I knew you'd say something. He needs this channel. I knew you'd say something. That's why I brought up the report tab. It's because I was pulling a response from you guys to say, no, don't. Because you should feel sorry for this guy. I want you to feel sorry for this guy. I was pulling a response from you guys. Okay? You happen to be the one that responded, Allman, because, well, it's you and Frigga, and now, I don't know about Jenny, but you 3 and me could turn out like this guy if we don't watch ourselves. I'm just saying. If we don't watch where we step, when we go out at night to smoke a cigarette, we can follow the pitfall this guy fell in and never come out. Spirits? You say spirits? Yeah. Could be spirits. What were they saying in the video there, in that live stream there, guys? What were those spirits saying? Huh? Did you hear them? I don't call the cops either. Well, I take that back. I do call the cops. Because I don't want them coming back down the street, fucking change their mind and come back down the street while I got my back turned. I want them fucking in jail. Then they got time to think about it. Then they think about it, they don't come back. They're like, last time I fucked with that motherfucker, I got put in jail. No, I ain't giving you his channel. Frigga, I understand. Yeah, I've left this channel. I closed it there. I closed it out. I had it open though still. Yeah, Almond, why don't you do that? And if he fucking disappears, let me know about it, okay? Poor guy. I used to talk to the guy, man. You know? He didn't remember me. He's so far gone, he didn't fucking remember the name. Maybe couldn't read the name because his screen's so fucked up on his computer, you know? He might not even know who's tuning into his live stream. He just sees a little blip and fucking comment, and he flips the fuck out. Somebody with bigger balls than me needs to fucking do a welfare check on him and have him fucking committed for a while and straighten him up. Get him on some fucking meds or something. But see, that would even make him more paranoid because he's being institutionalized. That's the one thing he doesn't want to do, have done to him. And I don't blame him, I don't either. But actually, after being in the mental ward, one of the mental wards around here, not the state hospital, they closed our state hospital down. We don't have any places for mental patients to go, except for a few small private little retreat, and they're usually used for cigarette rehab and drinking rehab. No, and they put the mental patients in with the people that are quitting smoking and drinking. Is that a good idea? Put the mental patients in with the fucking drug rehabilitation people. Yeah, like it's the same fucking thing. It's not the same fucking thing, guys. And that's how they treat us in here in Arkansas. If Dennis don't watch out, he could slip into this type of madness quickly. Yes, that's what I'm meaning. I'm worried for Dennis, personally. Dennis is leaving in his car. I put him in chat. Did he ever come into the chat?
As it is what it is. So wait a minute. That's not fair then, is it? No, it's not. So wait a minute. Is it fair to persecute the Confederate soul for all time because we're a free country? While the Confederacy would say, no, it's not fair to do it. Okay, wait a minute. So why are we doing it and why are we justifying it? Because the Confederacy is just a monarchy. It's just England in America. And America decided not to be England anymore and not to have any monarch spirits or sovereignty, or at least Abraham Lincoln was desperate enough to dispossess his own sovereign spirit out of himself to declare that now everyone else had to do it. Why he also got shot before the end of his term, why he also got away with it. Because understand that if If Abe Lincoln hadn't got rid of his own sovereign spirit, no one would have followed him and no one would have done what he wanted. They certainly were looking at him like, are you kidding me? You're getting rid of yours? You want us to get rid of ours? Yes. We don't need our sovereign spirits. We can work together as equally and yoked and enslaved. We'll put the slaves in charge. Wow, you got to be kidding me. The Confederates are going to be ruined. They won't have got destroyed. They'll be ruined. And now all Confederacy in the indefinite future will be dispossessed, disempowered, hating themselves, alcoholics, drug addicts, every kind of bum, nobody, and nothing. Yes, utterly destroyed and ruined souls. Okay, great. I don't think they're going to like that at all. In fact, they're going to, yeah, what I'm saying is, I live to fight you. I live to be the rebel against you. My power exists to destroy you. I'm saying, like, look, I am completely, by my existence as a rebellious Confederate sovereign spirit monarchy, I am utterly needing your end to come so my beginning can start. I need to destroy your system so I can stand up. So understand what we're in America, what we're dealing with. We're dealing with criminal elements of people that are going to say, yeah, but I can't behave like that. And if I want to shoot up at Walmart, I'll get killed or go to jail or prison for life. If I want to have a life, I can't act out my emotions the way I really feel them. I can't really get that mad, can I? Well, no, because your life will be over when you shoot up and kill a bunch of people. It'll be the end of your free life. You'll be either imprisoned or dead. Okay, great. So then I can't really act out my truth. I can't go assassinate those people, all those people that are equally dispossessed and disempowered and enslaved and agreeing to it. Right, you can't. And if you do, you're an idiot. So the only thing worse than a dumbass Confederate fool who's ruined and utterly destroyed, the only thing worse than that is his brother, who's also ruined and as dumb as him. So wait a minute, you're trying to say that we can't not tell the people of what's going on, why they're so disturbed, why they're so troubled, why they're so desperate, why they're so drug addict, why they're so alcoholic, why they're so ready to kill things, why they're so ready to kill themselves, why they're so ready to give up life, destroy life, take life, because they are utterly ruined. And they were ruined when they were born, and they knew it. And they were patted on the head with dispossessed souls, said, yeah, no, you're good. Just don't ever take your sovereign spirit because we'll kill you for that. Good boy. Yeah, and that's not even, you're not even going to tell me that? Wait a minute. If you at least told me the truth, I could say, oh, no wonder I'm not even allowed to take my spirit. Well, okay, I can deal with it now. At least I could deal with it. But understand, if I am not told that it's actually my spirit I'm not allowed to take, I'm going to think like I have a right to take my spirit, right? Don't you take yours? So understand that what you'll do is cause the ignorant, ruined Confederate authority of America, the bad people, us bad guys, us Darth Vaders. Well, if we don't know that we're Darth Vaders because you didn't tell us we're Darth Vaders, well, then first of all, we're going to disagree with you when you say we're Darth Vaders. We're going to say, how do you know that? And wait a minute, you're calling me a Darth Vader and I didn't even think I was? Wait a second. Well, I beg to differ with you already right there if you're going to say I'm Darth Vader automatically, but I don't know that, but you do. Yeah, that's pretty bad. You're judging me like that. But on the other hand, the fact that I think I have a right to take my spirit because this is a free country will also be even more ignorant of me. And as ignorant as I can be, if I think that I'm in a free country and can take my spirit freely, I'm definitely not right. No, I may not take my spirit freely. And I don't care if I'm in a free country. I may not take my sovereign spirit. If I am sovereign, I may not do it, is the actual truth. I must not do it. If I want to do it, I better get the hell away from society and go out in the boondocks. Yeah, like you're free to take your free spirit, buddy, and your sovereign spirit, but get the hell out of here and don't be part of our group because we won't accept you. Not a minute. So wait a minute. So this is what the troubled soul of the sovereign feels in their life. Yeah, they start when they're kids feeling how unfair life is, how they have to release their power constantly to be appreciated, rewarded, or even allowed. That their very act of dispossessing their soul, their sovereignty, is a death in itself to them. It's a suffering death, which means that the sovereign will suffer in every way like a death by not being able to take their own spirit. So you can't justify it. And if you're not going to destroy the actual sovereigns, actually kill them dead, well, then you'd have to at some point address their issue. So what are we going to do? How do we fix this? Well, the sovereigns need to know that they can't fix it. They're not fixing it. So there's no fix for this, but understand the sovereign may freely take his spirit and mind his own business. That's what he needs to know. So if the sovereign wants, or him or her, if you want to take your spirit and learn how to do it, well, you probably don't even know how to do it. That's why you'll be mad and pissed off and depressed. Understand depression, dispossessed. Depression, dispossessed. Understand suicidal, dispossessed, dispossessed, dispossessed. Suicidal, suicidal. Dispossessed without a spirit, dispossessed without a spirit. Okay, suicidal with a purpose. Also dispossessed without a spirit, dispossessed. Are you kidding me? So we're actually depressed and suicidal for a reason. Don't tell me it's for no reason. Wait a minute. So you went to a psychiatrist and he didn't tell you that you can't even take your spirit and you're not allowed to do it? That's why you're dispossessed and depressed and suicidal? No, I went to a psychiatrist and that psychiatrist said, oh, you're just depressed and suicidal and it happens to people. Is that all the information you want to give me, sir? Yeah, I'm definitely not telling you that you're maybe a sovereign or a confederate, which has been ruined, or you're a sovereign spirit, which is not allowed to be in this country, and you already are a citizen. So, I guess we can't do much about that. So you're just suicidal and depressed because you're not allowed to take yourself. And if you try it, you'll be directly offending everybody else. Yeah, are you kidding me? So I'm enemies with my country? Well, in a sense, you are. Your country made enemies of you. So wait a minute. If I'm a sovereign spirit, my country's my enemy, not because you want to be enemies with them, but because they've already outlawed you. So yes, if you're a sovereign spirit, your country outlawed you already. They said you may not exist. Not here, not ever. Not as a sovereign. Okay, great. So you didn't tell the sovereign this? So wait a second. What happens when you tell the sovereign this? Well, first of all, they're not going to be depressed. They're going to take their sovereign spirit immediately and say, wow, okay, I'm not depressed. I'm not suicidal. I'm taking my spirit. Now what? Now I can't do anything. Why not? I can't go over there and talk to them. They'll be mad. If I walk into a group of people with a sovereign spirit, I might get away with it. If I have money, I can get away with anything because I can pay them and they'll do whatever I want. I'll pay for sex. I can tell them, hey, how much do you want for a blow? I mean, just literally, I wouldn't do that, but understand what I'm saying is money will buy you anything. If you got the money, you don't have to ask. You just pay, and everyone can be bought. So wait a minute. So you're saying that if you don't have the money and you have a sovereign spirit, that's when you get into trouble, right? If you have the sovereign spirit and you have the money, there's no problem. You could say, I keep my sovereign spirit. They don't have to like me. I'll just pay them if I want them to do something. Oh, you got plenty of money, Mr. Sovereign Spirit? Yeah, I'm rich. I get what I want. I'm a sovereign spirit, and I don't care if they can't say nothing to me because I just whip out my money and say, how much does it take for you to like my sovereign spirit today? Oh, 20 or 40 an hour? Okay, like my sovereign spirit today. Okay, yeah. Do what I ask you, like my sovereign spirit. Okay, yeah, they'll all be like in line waiting to like your oh, we like your sovereign spirit. Yeah, you're gonna pay them. So wait a minute. So what happens if you don't pay them? Because you can't. Well, then not only do they not like your sovereign spirit, but you may not have it as far as they're concerned. You shouldn't have it, and you shouldn't even ever have it. How dare you have it? And then understand you're already facing that difficulty, and now you can't pay them to like it, and they won't get paid, so they won't like it already. And then while they continue not to get paid, they don't like it at all. And while you continue to have it, you'll continue to experience a struggle and a conflict in the sense you are able to hold on to your spirit. Your struggle and your conflict will not end up in depression or suicidal behavior. So what's better for you? Suicide and depression and no struggle, or a constant struggle and conflict and you're confident, but struggling, always failing a lot, but you're still confident, you're still strong, but you're always fighting, you're always struggling. Yeah, because when you keep your sovereign spirit, you will always fight, struggle. You'll always be difficulty. People will tell you no at every occasion. They'll always deny you whenever they can. Everything will be a potential failure for you in life while you go around succeeding utterly in the complete failure potentially. Yeah, that's what called life. What am I doing as a sovereign, keeping my spirit? I am able to be living happy to this extent that I know I'm the enemy of the state. Yeah, wherever I go, I'm not liked. I don't have the money to pay him to like it. So I'm an enemy of the state as a sovereign without the money. What do I do? You know, and then when you know, you tell people this information, you let them know so that these sovereigns could have at least avoid suicide and depression and a premature death. Because they'll kill themselves or certainly want to die, and they certainly won't care about anything if they can't even exist because they're not allowed to. So when at least they're allowed to keep their spirit and they know what they're doing, they'll at least withdraw into their own society, or at least they'll destabilize and unsocialize themselves out of society. They'll become outcasts like me and keep their spirit and live relatively happy. I'm not happy, I can promise you, but understand it's way better than when it was when I didn't even know why I was suicidal and depressed. I'm not suicidal and depressed anymore, not ever. And ever since I've had my spirit and known about it and kept it, I've not had a hint of depression or suicide or feeling suicidal. And I used to feel very suicidal constantly when I was dispossessed, and no one even told me that. I went to 1,000 psychiatrists and doctors. I was so mental and messed up. I was in hospitals. I was in state hospitals, multiple state hospitals, multiple times. I've been to massive state hospitals. Yeah, I've been screwed up, messed up. And it all had everything to do with my not knowing, my ignorance. And no one told me a goddamn thing. And many of them did know. So understand the psychiatrists and the doctors are not, either they're ignorant and they don't know, or they're actually not going to tell you. Because what are they going to tell you? Are they going to literally tell you like I'm telling you? Or a psychiatrist going to say that, don't you know you're depressed and suicidal because you're not allowed to exist in this country as a sovereign? Well, thanks a lot for at least telling me that, Mr. Psychiatrist, man. At least I feel better that at least I can take my spirit. I'd rather be an outcast and take it alone than at least I'll have it. And at least I don't want to die now. Thank you. I do appreciate you very much. Sorry. Sorry. I could get very into what I'm saying. It's emotional, and understand there's a lot of ill feelings I have, but they go away quick and they're not that bad. All right. I'm going to read some of this. All right. See what we got here. Of all wonderful colors and mindsets, because we choose disposition over sovereignty. Yeah, which is not good. Certainly, disposition could be okay in the fact that like we're going to agree to try to get along, and I would. So in other words, I could agree to dispossess under certain conditions. I'm treated fairly and well. I'll dispossess my sovereign spirit. I literally don't keep it with that much of a stubbornness. I could let it go, people. Yeah, I can do it, but I don't like it, and I won't stay in an environment where I have to get rid of myself constantly. So if I have to get rid of myself, it'll be people I'm dealing with that I won't be there long. God's children have bad relationships with ego because we don't know, because we don't have respect for it, and we poke a lot at it. Yeah, no doubt. I've seen narcissistic go down when you tell them this is what you did, and you were also planning to do this to get that. They feel naked. Yeah, that's true. And thanks. You says you're the best, Dennis. I appreciate that. You cannot destroy anything. You can only convert it to another energy, form, or frequency. True, and I guess in the sense that that's a nice way to say that you can probably, I guess, things can be destroyed. But I mean, yeah, that's a nice way to say that they can't really be destroyed, or you can't utterly destroy all of it. You could destroy radio, but you can't destroy the frequency you can't destroy the radio station from destroying the radio. So ultimately, that's the ultimate satisfaction of a dead radio, to say that you couldn't destroy the radio station. It's still playing somewhere in a living radio, but you could kill the radio, and then the radio would say, haha, like I didn't actually die, but at least the station didn't. So in the sense that, yeah, that's not a satisfying answer, I'd say. I like it though. It's true. I feel sovereign, or how do you spell that? Oh, you know what? I don't even know how to spell it. I don't even know. It has G and an H in it. I know that. Yeah, that's it right there. SOVEREIGNTY. And okay, it says, how do you feel about Joe Biden and how is he running America compared to Trump? He's just a different kind of person. So I don't have any problem with him. I like Trump better because he was self-possessed. So I would do what Trump's doing, and that's not because I like a bad man. It's because I like a man who takes himself and has his own soul in his body and is a sovereign. So yeah. Trump's not going to try to be sugarcoating anything, or Trump's not going to pretend to not have himself. If he does, he won't act like he doesn't. So understand that Trump's just real, in the sense that he's saying, like, if I have myself, I promise you'll probably see that truth. It won't be that I won't act like I don't have possession of my soul if I do. You see, because understand what would really make him, in my eyes, look wrong would be
all right, everybody.
Like he's one thing when he's
we
not.
are like, over 2 hours.
Imagine like if I was self-possessed,
and I'm going to cut the stream, play some music. Here's Dennis's channel. Dennis Eggles's channel right here.
People might believe me, and they might feel
you want to continue watching it.
Weird about that.
Click on that link and go ahead and go on over there, because I'm going to cut him off here in a second.
I actually got my spirit. I'm just acting like I don't.
Yeah, I imagine Fugel's on. I imagine everybody's on right now.
So that would be people would
So
eventually
I'm going to go
have problems with that, meaning
multi-stream.
that
I mean,
you shouldn't act
multi-watch.
different from how you
I
are,
watch
which
2 or 3 things at
is
once.
showing a truth, right?
The
So
past week
I
or
would
so
say that
now
it's better to act bad or
doing this.
wrong
So after the
or
stream,
even
I've got 2 or 3 things
in
going
error
at the
if
same
it's
time,
actually
guys.
honest.
Trying to listen
Because it's
to
not
3
about
things at once.
it's not about it's more about being honest, even if it doesn't.
Trying to sink it all in.
You know, even if the
But anyway,
action is like not so great, at least it's honest. It's not to say it's deceptive, and so by someone who's not going to act nice, or they don't have to act nice. I don't care if they act nice. They can act angry.
All right, guys, I'll give you 5 minutes to clear out of the house. That's 2 hours. That'll be 2 hours and 16 minutes. 5 minutes. Thank you, guys. Sorry, Matt, you were late. I know, you were late. You were jogging. But you know I come on at 7. You know I come on at 7, Matt. No excuse for that. Now. All right, everybody say your goodbyes. I'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe late tonight. Maybe if I get a hair up my ass, I'll do another late night stream covering some topic. I don't fucking know what. I've just been going off the wing the past, seeing what everybody else is doing. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I'm Mr. Mission Control. I'm fucking out of here. That's Dennis Eggleston's. Here, I'll post it one more time if you want to go over there. Dennis Eggleston's channel right there. I'll even post it in Discord. Give me a minute.